with another episode 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, 4.
Episode 4. We're here on the week of July 11th. This is being recorded on a Tuesday, not a Monday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a slower week, but we still have some stuff to talk about, so don't be surprised if this episode's a little bit shorter than the past 3. But just to jump right into it as a normal format with the esports news, just yesterday, the Rocket League Championship Series, their spring split major just finished. It was their second highest viewed ever tournament ever in their history. And also it had, I believe you mentioned to me, the longest overtime in Rocket League history?
Yeah, it became now the longest. It was 12 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was about 12 minutes. The previous record was around 10 minutes and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And like in Rocket League, that's a lot of time, to go goalless for a whole 12 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. I watched a little bit of it. I watched some of the other matches too. I watched a couple of the hopping matches. NRG, or was I watching something else? NRG? No, Energy has the Rocket team, right?
Yeah, they have a Rocket League team.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw some. I was watching something else then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched a couple other matches. Nothing like, nothing too crazy. But Rocket League is pretty exciting to watch. Play it. I'm pretty bad.
Yeah.
I tried playing, I couldn't do it. But it's actually fun to watch.
Yeah. Car soccer. I mean, you can't go wrong with car soccer or car football. It's a very entertaining esport to watch. If you're a casual person or like you're not into esports, I highly recommend you watch Rocket League. It's one of the easiest things to get into.
So. You know?
Yeah, I think so, because it's just cars, 2 goals, a ball. It's soccer with cars. That's it. And there's even less players on the team.
That's about right.
It's a very easy esport to get into. But that was the Rocket League major. Other news, I'm not sure if you're following any League news. League just posted the update for Worlds of this year, since it's coming up in October. They changed the Worlds format. Many people thought that they would be adding a double elimination bracket like how the mid-season tournament had, but there will not be. Instead, Worlds is getting rid of the group stage and having like the play-in stage still exist, but then they go into like a Swiss bracket where the teams play against teams that have the same score. And if you beat them like 3 times, then you move forward to like the normal like bracket stage. So there's no more groups, which means there's not going to be any more memes about North American groups and North American teams getting out of groups, I should say, because there isn't any groups. And also there will now be 4 Korean teams, 4 European teams, 4 North American teams, and 4 European teams.
And they still gonna get rocked.
I think we're gonna get rocked, but even more, because you have like
more teams getting rocked.
Exactly. It's gonna be interesting to watch.
Yeah. So that means everyone makes it out, I guess, technically. Right?
I mean, yeah, because for the 4 Korean and 4 Chinese teams, they will go already past the play-in stage. 2 North American and 2 European teams will go also past the play-in stage, if I recall correctly, and then the other 2 will be in the play-in stage. So, it should be interesting to see the Worlds format, but what do you think about League like not having double elim?
So does this new format somewhat, I guess, make it more give us more games, or would it be less games?
It's supposed to be more games.
So let's see. You said I guess the number 1 seeds don't have to play in the play-in.
Yeah,
right?
They go next to the Swiss stage already.
Which means they're doing it like the NBA format ish.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, NBA just recently added the play-in. I think the 9th and 10th teams play in it.
Okay.
And they go on to determine who gets number 7 and 8 seed.
Okay.
It's a couple more teams. It's a lot more complex or more to it. But okay, so do I like it? I mean, if it's like the basketball one, like the basketball weight format, it means more games, and then teams aren't, I guess, going into the plane aren't like are playing for a seed. I guess you could call it.
Yeah, you could say
Right,
that.
that's what it technically is, right? They're playing for a seed to try to get the lower seed. If you win in the play-in, you get the lower seed, and the team that barely makes it out. So it's like a play-in. So they have two teams play-in.
Mm-hmm.
If you win your play-in, you'll play. You'll make it in. You'll get the I think the seventh seed,
Is that
and
how it
then the
goes in
loot.
the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's I don't remember if it's 8th, 9th, and 10th
Okay.
play in it. So obviously the 8 and 9 will play each other,
Mm-hmm.
and the winner of that will play. Will get it like the 7th and the 6th seed are like up for grabs, I guess.
Okay.
So if you win, I think I don't remember it. The winner of the first game between the 8 and 9 will get the 6th seed, and then the loser from the 7th or 8th seed, or it's 8 and 9th. Fuck, it's more complex than I'm making. Will play against the 10th seed
Yeah.
for the last spot in the. So you have two chances if you lose to make, or two chances to make it into the playoffs with the A seed.
Okay.
It's a lot more more complex. If I were to show you, it would make more sense.
Let me
But
explain the league one and see if it adds up to the NBA one. So how they have it, 8 teams will be in the play-in stage. It'll be the top two teams from the VCS, the top two teams from the PCS, one team from CBLOL, one team from LLA, one team from LGL, and the LCS and LEC fourth seed team. On it, it says that when each group has an upper bracket winner and a lower bracket winner, we'll play two final best of five matches between the top bracket winner of each group and the lower bracket winner of the other group. Then the two winners of those two matches will join the other 14 teams in the Swiss stage. In the Swiss
yeah,
stage, that's where they replace groups. So instead of having 16 teams in the Swiss stage, they will have the 16 teams will play up to 5 rounds of matches in like a Swiss format. So they cross each other into two sides, like of kind of like groups, and they
uh-huh.
play teams, and where teams that have the same win or loss record will compete against each other until they achieve either 3 wins or 3 losses. And all matches that will either advance or eliminate will be a best of three. The remaining matches are best of one. After that, the knockout stage is still the same. You have quarter, semis, finals. There's no double elim, unlike how midseason was.
Okay. Sounds about right. That the only thing they did. It sounds close to that. The only difference is they just don't do the cross, the Swiss. I guess the Swiss format. I guess you could call it whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is similar to the one in the NBA in a way.
Okay.
So yeah, it should make it more exciting.
I mean, but do you think that
You
it's weird for like the two international tournaments to have completely different rules?
mm, yes, if they wanted to try it out like this format, it should have been in the middle, the second biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
I think just to see how it works and then try it at World. But trying it now and the biggest one is kind of like not. Uh, I mean, it's a different community. Who knows how they'll take it? But I think if they were gonna try something out like this, it should have been the summer, like the summer, right? The summer split or the mid split.
MSI is usually spring,
And
end of spring.
so, like during that time,
Yeah.
not now in World, I think just to try it out and then to see, okay, I like how this format works, and to make it more, make the final, the championship, more exciting. They should do that for World next year
Mm-hmm.
instead of making it this year. So it's kind of just a change, but I guess I mean they're doing it months in advance instead of like some orgs that like to change it a month before the league and then change it 2 weeks before the league.
Yeah.
Um, so they're giving them time, but if it's supposed to mean more matches, the better, and league puts up great viewership numbers. So more viewership numbers, more eyes, more
Yeah.
games. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, it should be more. It should be exciting. To see something new.
Yeah.
I mean, most of I mean, I guess esports are pretty much the same type of bracket or format. So this is probably like the first time. This is like the most different and unique one,
For now, yeah.
I guess you could say, as of right now. So most of them include a play in or a pool play,
Yeah.
the bracket play, I guess you could call it, to make it into the, I guess you call it championship bracket.
Yeah, usually.
That's what Halo calls it. Then you play your matches depending on the seedings you finish in the in your group. But this is like the different. So I mean, it could be a good thing. It could open up eyes for different esports to try something. But I guess it's the first of its kind of right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's supposed to make for more games, then I mean, we won't know until we actually see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. But if it means more games, I mean, it's gonna have a crazy amount of viewership now. It's gonna have more than what it did before. So we'll see. I mean, it's unique. I don't see nothing wrong with it. At least they're doing it. They're announcing it before a couple months in advance.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice to like at least if they wanted to try it to do it. I guess for the spring split or whatever you want to call it, the summer. It would have been better to try it out on one of the smaller. Let's like it. I mean, how many tournaments do they have? Two, right?
There's just two big ones. You have MSI and Worlds.
But Worlds is the more. So try it for MSI and see how that works out, and then do it for Worlds the following year.
Well, like the
Keep it how it
community's
is.
been asking for a double elim for Worlds for like 10 years now, and they gave us double elim for MSI, and it seems everybody liked it. So I'm surprised that they were just really stubborn and don't want to do it for Worlds. So,
But if it means more matches in its Worlds, I mean, I would assume they want more eyes watching that.
yeah, of course.
So I would assume that's why they did that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it should be interesting to see. Worlds is only in 2.5 months from when we're recording, so we'll figure out the results of that when that comes around. But moving from league news.
Only time will tell then.
Yeah, exactly. Only time will tell. I think moving on from league news on the Halo esports side, there's two big events that happened. You had Jailing's esports left the HCS, so it's another somewhat big team leaving Halo again. And then you also have visa issues happening with Native Gaming on both of their rosters. Just yesterday, Druck had to be dropped due to visa issues. Before that, I think there was another player, but I don't recall who.
I don't remember. I know who it is though, but I don't remember. I'm trying to think, but I know it's from Native White.
Native White. I can check real
I
quick.
don't remember.
But like it's
But yeah,
it's
they had
interesting because they're one of the few orgs that has this issue that it plagued them back to back. Well, what's your
This
take
is
on
weird
this?
though. I don't know what the issue with the visa thing is going on right now. It seems like it's getting harder for because people get their visas. I don't know why. He's had this. How many how many times have we played this year for Halo right now?
There
Three?
was three. It was Barcode who was dropped the other time as well, 4 days ago.
Three. So three as of right now. He hasn't played any of the matches at all this season. So it's been a couple months now, and he hasn't got any races. And now I guess Native Red doesn't want to, I guess, waste salary cap just to have him on a roster and not knowing when they're gonna get their visa. Same with Barcode. So I mean, it's just the visa problem that it sucks because I think the Native Red roster was really good, but they are good with Drux on that team. I mean, they're good now. They're good still, but they're not with drugs. I think they always end up in the top. They end up top three to a point where they could end up winning the tournament. Now they're like eighth mid pack. It's just that it's the caliber of a player.
Yeah.
So I really can't speak on it. But I feel like that's a key player for the roster.
Mhm.
And it sucks that they had to release him because of that. Because I mean, as an org perspective, he's been trying to get his visa for a long time, and they don't know much more they're willing to wait. Especially same thing with barcode. So, I mean, I see the reason why they would do it. It sucks, for the players and for the orgs to do it
Hmm.
But business is business. You don't. I mean, you're just trying. At that point, you're just throwing money away and having a player just wait and wait. So I mean, they had to do it just to, I mean, save salary cap. Who knows what their salary cap is? Just why waste money on a player that's not really doing anything or nothing they can do
Yeah.
and just waste it. You might as well just cut ties, move on, and try to build your or try to help your team succeed one way or the other.
Hmm.
But like it sucks. It's a shitty situation for both players. There's nothing. It's not out of their control because visa. Getting your visa is it's a whole problem,
Yeah.
a long process. So it sucks that they can't control it. But yeah, no,
I
it
think
sucks. It's just a bad thing. You
they're
know.
also getting issues because, like, certain esports are classed under sports visas in the US, like League. I think COD is one of them, Dota, stuff like that. But I'm not sure if Halo falls under that categorization. And then also, like, even if it didn't, when you're a part, like, signed to, like, a foreign team, like, say, a team based in London, it's easier to get, like, a visa status to come and compete for those events. But Native's in a weird situation where they are a US based org, and then they have two players who aren't based in the US. So they're not a foreign organization, they can't get that waiver. It's hard for them to bring those players into the US, compete in the, well, the Halo events are only in the US now, so it's hard for them to come and compete in the first place.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, it's just a bad situation that they're in that they can't really control.
Hmm.
I mean, it sucks, but you got to see it as a business aspect. The business is just losing money just for having you on a roster, not knowing when you're gonna get a visa, when you're be able to play, and then So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad situation that you don't want any player to go through.
Hmm.
You were on a roster, you were on a top four roster, just to leave, not to be now you have to make a change due to stuff like that. It sucks, but you gotta see it as a business. Native Red or just wait. They don't want to waste money just to have a player on a roster that is just there.
Yeah.
But it's a sad to see stuff like that.
Hmm.
Players getting released because of stuff out of their control. But though hopefully they can get that resolved and they'll be able to compete again. Um, so yeah,
I mean, it's an important time in
sucks.
the Halo season because now we're actually getting back to back LAN events, and then the Halo Championship final, like World's Final, is coming up only in about 2-ish or so months. So teams do have to, like, lock down their rosters now and just have that core that they're gonna have for the rest of the remaining events for the season, because this is when it really, really matters.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think that's it. That's really it for esports news, unless you have anything that I missed.
Hot has been all over the place. Rosters have been thrown out. Rosters that I thought was gonna happen seems like it's not gonna happen. It's all over the place. We at this point I don't even know who's on what team, who's joining who. I had so many different variations of the Optic roster. The Phase roster, Toronto roster is the only one that seems like it's like confirmed.
Hmm.
Um, the Florida Mutineers aren't rebranding to the Miami Heretics.
They are.
That's a big deal. No, they're not.
They're
They can't.
not. Oh.
They weren't able to get the what was it the what do you call it when you try to buy a trademark?
They weren't able to get the name license
They
for it.
weren't able to get
Really?
the license for the Miami Heretics.
Okay.
So it seems like the merge isn't going to happen anymore.
Oh, okay.
And from how it seems, they're gonna still be the Florida Mutineers.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think the merge, and then I think, like I said, Minnesota. They're probably they're rebranding because of they're merging with someone. Roster Mania has been all over the place, so there's like really no like you can't really tell who's gonna be on the roster yet because the roster I had for Optic it's not gonna happen anymore. It's gonna be a different roster now.
What's it gonna be?
Crazy.
Because you were really confident on it too for the longest.
I was until so now it went from it was supposed to be Draza, Pred, Shotzi, and Dashi,
Yeah.
and then like 2 3 days after we recorded the podcast, um, it was confirmed that Draza wants to join Atlanta
Oh.
because Atlanta phase hasn't up. So it was supposed to be, let's see. Now the word of the roster is supposed to be Dashi, Shotzi, Pred, and it's supposed to be Kenny.
Hmm.
And then New York is making a change because they couldn't get a deal.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna be, I think the main three is Hydra, Kismet, Skies, and then I think New York is planning to get Sib. And at first I thought Optic would have got Sib, but from what it seems like they're gonna get Kenny.
Hmm.
So it's I don't even know anymore. But I can't wait until we actually start getting rosters.
Yeah.
The only player, I think Boston's the only team that I know that has made an official roster announcement.
Oh boy.
They're keeping Snoopy, so they announced that he's gonna be on the starting lineup for next year. So
Mhm.
as of right now, Boston's only player confirmed is Snoopy. So yeah, roster mania is all over the place. I thought it was gonna be from that point that was set in stone. I no, it's not. Um, Rosters stuff changed last minute, and yeah, I don't know what to say anymore because I can't even I can't even tell you what teams are anymore.
Yeah.
So it's literally out of the window. I just usually gotta wait for information to come out.
Well, what I can tell you is that has been 3 weeks from the championship, the former COD championship, and we still don't know when the next season is starting. But I have a feeling that it might have to do with what we're about to get into with Microsoft trying to acquire Activision Blizzard. Um, there was some big news today where they were able to get through some progress with their FTC fight to get to get Activision Blizzard, and now they're going to be moving forward a little bit, but it's still not all over yet. The Verge, on their article, they said that the judge's ruling now allows Microsoft to close its Activision Blizzard deal ahead of July 18th, which is only a few days from now, but only if
Mhm.
the company is willing to close around the UK, because they still have their issue of the UK court. So, and the UK court appealing decision won't be till July 28th. So they can close with the American side and have it up and running here, but not in like other parts of the world if they don't close through with the UK court. So they might hold
Yeah.
off to see what their decision, the UK court's decision is on July 28th. But I have a feeling that this might tie into how the CDL and even like the Overwatch League will progress in the future since.
Yeah, I think that's a reason why they haven't announced anything
Mm,
and confirmed anything as of right now. And maybe that's why the season ended a little early because maybe they were trying to get like they didn't want let's just say maybe they wanted to end the season quicker so that they could start up the new league with the new ownership I guess under Activision.
mm-hmm,
Even though, but who knows how that's gonna go? But I'm pretty sure if let's just say that if it goes in effect with the UK,
yeah,
like they say okay, we'll buy in. I would assume Microsoft will go right into are gonna start making the moves like quick.
yeah.
They're gonna start, branding. There's a chance that COD is gonna be on goddamn Game Pass. Think about that.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. Um, Microsoft is trying to close the gap with Sony. This is one reason too. They didn't just acquire. I mean, just COD. They acquired Candy Crush. What else did they acquire with it?
Oh, it'd be
There's one more
Overwatch.
thing. Overwatch, COD, and Candy Crush. Candy Crush is still big. You know that.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be fine. Um, Even if let's just say the UK don't approve of it, it's still gonna go in effect here. It's gonna suck for the people in the UK, but if I mean, who knows? I wasn't expecting this type of news to hit today. Maybe I was expecting it maybe after the the 28th when you said about for the UK, I guess the UK trial type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I was expecting some type of news. I didn't expect news today, or at least like the 18th, or when you told me that the what was it
That was when it was supposed to be originally trialed, but they did it pretty early.
originally that's what it was originally. I was thinking of like something else,
Hmm.
but yeah, who knows when the COD season will start?
Yeah, we just gotta wait.
Or so yeah, um, this bunch of blanks and no answers to questions.
When the news
So
comes, we'll definitely be talking about it when it gets here. So there's that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Also in news, last week when our episode went live, the same day, we were talking about the
We I
Threads
think
app.
that yeah, we were talking about the thread app, which was supposed to drop. When was it originally supposed to
It was
drop?
supposed to be
Like,
Thursday, and we
and it
recorded it
dropped.
on Wednesday, and it dropped Wednesday evening.
That's literally after the we started recording, like maybe 30 minutes, or as soon as we started recording, it went live.
Yeah, it was around 10.
So yeah, it's been, I guess you could say, almost a week now since it came out.
Yeah, almost.
Um, uh, I like it. I've used it a bit now.
Hmm.
Uh, I still use Twitter though. As
Yeah,
of right now, as of right now, Thread could be up there competing with Twitter. It just needs a couple of things. But I feel like we'll get that eventually in a couple updates or the next update.
no, exactly.
Um, as a Mukhtar, I mean, everyone's good. It's like Twitter exactly. But it's linked with your IG, so it's a lot quicker to. You don't have to really make it. You could just link your IG to it, get everything running, add friends, go from there.
Hmm.
Look at it's like Twitter, but Threads, I guess. So I guess you call them Thread,
Yeah,
and
the Threads.
and you're gonna be threading.
Yeah.
Um, but think of it as Twitter, exactly. But I feel like it's more like smoother. I guess I don't
It
know. I don't know.
it had like a cleaner design than Twitter because right now you don't have a million advertisements flooding the page at the moment.
No advertisements.
Yeah. You're
There's a
mostly
couple
seeing what
things.
you want to see for the most part. I know, like, since there's
Uh,
still not too many users, you are seeing like stuff recommended to you.
yeah. What did you say? Like, what are a few things I want?
Yeah, I think like three things I want, like, cause we know that they're missing a feed page,
A
like a
feed
trending
page, a
page. They're
trendy
missing
page.
like hashtags that you can search up. Um,
They didn't even have hashtags, right?
Not really, no.
No, not really.
Missing
Okay.
DMs.
Which will come eventually. They'll
True.
get that.
But what they're not missing, which what Twitter is missing, Threads keeps videos that you post in the exact quality that you save them in. So if you post it in 4K, it is in 4K, unlike Twitter, which downgrades it to God knows what. Twitter is filled with ads. Twitter's owner, depending on how you feel, is either great or horrible, but Threads owner is not
What
that great
it,
either.
whatever you like on Twitter will come up. So even if you don't like something, whatever your friends follow, what they like will come up as recommendation.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me. It's hard to open up Twitter in public now, because of people I follow and certain things I like.
Yes,
A
but Threads
thread,
also has a similar issue. It's not likes, it's comments. Whatever your friends' comments you see, though.
yeah, like that one certain firm.
Yeah, we have a friend who's been commenting a lot, and it's been very
Yep, yep,
sus.
yep, yep.
So it's interesting. It's like it's the same problem, but two different ways. But they said that they'll be making a different. What I do like about Threads is that whatever you like is no longer public. Did you realize that?
Yeah, I did. I did know that. But your replies are public,
Yeah.
which it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They still need a media tab for, like, the pictures and wait, do they have that? No, right?
For
You know
which one?
how Twitter has a media where you can see your pictures and what they post?
Oh, no, I don't think that's on Threads yet.
Not yet. So they don't have that yet, which I think they'll add eventually, but I don't think it's gonna be called media.
Hmm.
'Cause I think it's gonna be called post.
Maybe, yeah.
You know how Twitter has a media where, like, if you, like, just say you post a picture of yourself or like a picture, and you have your Twitch link in there, like or whatever you have there, and it saves as a media.
Yeah.
You can go through them like that.
Mhm.
That's what they're missing because the profile, I guess, section of the app is pretty bland. There's nothing really much to it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just your
let me
bio and your
go.
picture right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bland. Like I guess there's nothing much of just tweets and then replies and then your page.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing like there's nothing special about it yet. But I mean, with time, updates will come. I feel like they should move your following, how they do it on IG,
Hmm.
instead of having it on a separate just to save up clutter space.
Yeah.
Um, maybe put the trending page where that is. Um, well, I guess you could say it has like the tweets like things that people. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's pretty simple. It's like IG and Snap and Twitter together.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean it's good competition. I mean let's see who wants to improve and get better. But I like it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Um, pretty convenient. Um, so what do you think of it so far?
I mean, it's a cool new app already. I use it already a decent amount now. I downloaded it the moment it went live. Like you said, it's like Twitter. It's kind of like Twitter when it first came out. It was still very bare bones, but it felt like a small community. It was able to find easier like what you want. I like that there's no advertisers going crazy on there right now. For now, we'll see how it goes on. But I just want to be able to see a trending tab with hashtags because Twitter. One thing that Twitter is good about is seeing news, but one thing that Twitter is bad about is also seeing news because you can see news, but you can see a lot of real news and a
Mm,
lot of not real news. Threads, we'll see how it develops if that ever happens. We know that, I'm not sure if you heard, Threads is currently about to get sued by Elon Musk for copying Twitter. He's mad because former Twitter employees that he fired himself
Fired?
went over
No.
to the other side. But there's also been other apps that have, you could say, copied Twitter, like Truth Social, the app that was founded by Donald Trump and his friends. They made like their own app. So you would post on Truth Social, you would post truths, you would retruth, like retweet, repost, all whatever. So like
Was it would it be called trucing?
probably,
I guess send something out would it be trucing?
yeah. And
But
then
he
there's
won't. Like go
Elon's like,
ahead.
there's another app. I don't remember what it was called, but there's another Twitter clone as well that came out after Truth Social, and then now you have Threads, but he's only attacking Threads because he knows that Threads is the only real threat to
Um,
Twitter. Because Threads already has 100 million users in under a week, which is crazy. Many Twitter users migrated over. Instagram users were able just to link their accounts instantly. So if you have Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and you have like the holy trinity of stuff that you need.
and it's easy to look people's threads if you just go to their IG page. They'll have a certain, I guess, code or number.
Yeah, there's
You
like a
just click
little
on it and it'll send
number
you.
link.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. And then I guess Thread now has that with IG. So you know IG. There's an IG box on your profile.
Yeah,
You just click on it and you go to your profile. It's pretty simple. Or like I think you could do it with other people's I guess accounts. I think.
yeah, exactly.
Let me say.
Well, I look for that. I mean, like, I know some people are really cautious about Threads because they're like, oh, it takes your info from your phone and whatnot. The thing is that, if you're listening to me, if you have
Yeah, I'm listening.
TikTok on your phone, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, Snapchat, any of those social media apps, they basically
Dude.
have access free right
Okay.
on your phone.
Even if you don't have social medias, most of y'all, or it doesn't matter. I mean, most of y'all have fucking. Oh wait, let me stop cursing. Wait, can I curse?
I don't know.
Um, most of y'all have a license or an ID. You gotta remember that you gotta put in your social, your goddamn, your address to where you live. So it doesn't matter. Even it's like I know it's not the same thing, but it's almost close enough because you're giving them information on where you live, how old you are, how high, your height, your weight, your color eyes. You give them your social because you need to give them your socials to prove you're a legal citizen.
Yeah,
You give them a photo ID of what you look like, and they literally deliver to you. And you mail. It doesn't matter. Your phone number, you put it in, it goes in the database everywhere. That's why you get spam messages from random places. Doesn't matter. So
I mean, like,
whatever you, whatever it is, it's the same thing. It's pretty common in the real world, even if you don't have socials.
no, exactly. And I was about to say, like, on Roblox now, if you want to use their built-in voice chat feature, you have to send them a photo of the front and back of your ID.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So like info like nowadays about people on as unfortunate as it is, and I do think it's unfortunate. Privacy online really doesn't exist anymore. The second somebody figures out your name and your general location, they can find a lot about you. Which is why they tell you to be careful of what you post online. We talked about this last week.
I was talking to you on a podcast. This is already out in the in the world, like on the internet.
Yeah.
We're literally talking with our names. We go by like our aliases and stuff like that. But if you do the research, you'll know like, okay, oh look, that guy. I wonder what his real name is. Well, obviously some people are smart enough to go back, look at videos. You'll hear someone say my name
Mhm.
when they're referring to you. You know, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're. It's everywhere. It's gonna be no matter anywhere you how you put out your information. It's gonna be somewhere.
Yeah, it gets logged on the internet for the rest of your life. And like you were saying about our usernames, you search up my username or your username, you'll find your IG page, you'll find my Twitter page, you'll find our YouTube page. You might even find the school that I graduated from. It's really easy to get information on the internet, which, like I said, it sucks because we've gone this far that like there's just no privacy. But it's one of those things that either we fix or we have to live with it. I'd rather we fix it, but here we are at the moment.
You know, our country don't do that. We
We'll have
don't.
to see.
Other countries do it better than we do. Let's just say that others, not all of them, others,
Yeah,
not. But yeah, so right, not that bad. Hopefully it's around, and hopefully Elon doesn't go ape shit crazy on it.
he's
I
already
don't. I don't think
insulting
it.
Zuckerberg every day.
I don't think it's going to get I get removed. There's no way. They're gonna. It's an app. It's not even close to Twitter right now because it doesn't have a trending page. It doesn't have a media page. It doesn't have DMs. It's just something you just. It's like a diary, an online diary. You just throw random shit out there.
Well, like if he was able to win a court case suing Threads for copying Twitter, then TikTok could sue Instagram for having a Reels feature. They could sue YouTube for having a Reels feature, and it would be a whole spin around of everybody suing each other for having features that look similar to each other. You know?
And they will never resolve anything.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a loop in limbo.
Or you just have a monopoly. You just have Twitter and Snapchat, and that's it.
Or
That
just yeah, or just Snapchat that does all of them.
I
You could
guess.
text, you could send stories, you could record your stories, you could watch video, you could watch videos. I mean, Snapchat's almost as close to doing it all now.
I
I
mean,
think just
Snapchat's
this
like what was it, Kick back in the day, but more advanced.
is it?
Kick
Yeah,
was
it
kind of
is.
weird. It was
I like Kick.
really
I
Kick
still
got
have.
weird.
I still logged in. Cause I could still log into my Kick if I wanted to.
Mine is gone. I have no idea what it was called.
I log. I could. I log into it here and there. I have DMs still
Mm-hmm.
with my. The, wait, can I say this, or is it on my way too far deep into the
What are you?
into?
What?
So hopefully this isn't ruin my reputation. So Kick, you know how Kick, when you would delete the app, it would delete all the messages.
Okay.
Back when I was not a good scholar, wasn't smart, wasn't intelligent. Group chat made with all the answers for every test, different versions of it. It got put into a group chat, and so no one will get caught. I'm not gonna say names, dude. This is like almost what 8 years ago now.
I know. It's just I'm not surprised. In college now. That's why I like usually don't join group me's because people will start a group me for the class and they'll leave right before a test because if somebody posts anything about the test, the teacher joins the group me. It's done. Anyone in that group me, test invalid. You like suspended from school. It's really bad.
Let me see. Let me see if I can log into it. But We could keep talking about any more
Why you
topics if you
do
want.
that? I mean, like, like I was saying before, the Threads is the main, right now, really the main big competitor against Twitter. Like I said, it already has 100 million users, which is a lot. That's a lot of people in the span of a week. I get why Elon's mad because he now actually feels threatened by an app that can take away a decent amount of his user base, especially since Twitter has been declining in active users since the whole rate limit exceeded thing that happened about 2-3 weeks ago, where you go on Twitter, you can view only a couple hundred posts, and then boom, your account's gone. Pay for more, you can view a little bit more. Your account's gone. You're verified, you can view a little bit more. Your account still can't view anything. Still, now I get rate limit exceeded on Twitter if I scroll for too long, and then it'll reset later in the day. So it's a bit. It's not a bit
I
annoying. It's
didn't.
very annoying.
I never liked the concept of it, or like
It's
of just having a limit
yeah.
of how much stuff you like why? What was the point? Yeah, you're not like you doing this. Like I get you're trying to make your money back from what you spent, but no one told you to buy it in the first place.
Well, it's his
Um,
fault for losing advertisers on Twitter is for doing very dumb moves. I've said it since the start. Elon buying Twitter will be the death of Twitter. We see Twitter has been on a decline since Elon has been on. Sure, user rates go up during times when he does big moves, but look at what happens after. Every single time a big update comes, user base declines more and more and more. And now, if an actual competitor, yes, the owner of this competitor isn't the greatest person either. If you look into Mark Zuckerberg, he's also done some horrible things, but like millionaires in general aren't supposed to be people you look
that's
up
how they,
to, you know?
that's how they make it to the top. They have to do scummy stuff to get there.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like,
You,
I don't like them. I don't like either of them. But like, now there's a competitor to Twitter. Maybe this pushes Twitter to do things better, or maybe Twitter falls off and Threads becomes its permanent replacement. We saw what happened when I'm not. You probably weren't a Tumblr user, were you?
I was on the. Yeah, I think so. I think I used a little bit. I don't remember.
I'm not. Were you using Tumblr before it fell off? Because it had their big
I
update. People left. They all flocked to Twitter.
think so.
Mm. And now it seems it's part two. Tumblr's falling, not Tumblr, but Twitter's falling off. Now people are flocking to Threads. So we'll just have to see how it pans out. But Threads, I hope that it does turn out good because if Twitter does die off, I kind of need an alternative because I get all my esports news from Twitter. I get lots of worldwide news from Twitter. Sometimes CNN posts on Twitter before they post on their own app. You know, stuff like that. Have you been able to log in, or are you still trying to figure out?
No, it's not letting me. I changed the password and everything. It's not letting me in. I don't
No
know. It
problem.
doesn't matter. I can log into it. I've done it multiple times. I've deleted the app. I mean, I have no reason to download it. I was just trying to see if I could. But yeah, I just need it. I mean, Twitter. I hope this opens Twitter's eyes.
Mhm.
Hopefully, Elon gets his stuff together and makes Twitter the app that it was before, maybe even better.
Yeah.
Um, but Threads is a good app. Nothing wrong with it. I have no bad things about it. Just there needs a few more features. But yeah,
Time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see.
sounds about right. Sounds about right.
That wraps up the normal news section. Now we're transitioning to our technology section. This is all you. Is there anything big in the tech world since the last week, or has things been largely quiet?
Not. I think I saw something, but I don't remember what it was called. I think I had it saved. Let me see.
While you look for that,
Oh, you remember you heard about the first electric car, flying car that was being sold now?
yeah,
You can pre-order.
flying car. I don't like that. Bad idea. Horrible
It
idea.
looks like it looks so bad.
It's not even just the looks. I don't like the idea of flying cars in general because you know how people drive. Now
Yeah.
imagine letting people fly. A dude landing on your house, crashing into a building.
Boy, you better start paying for house insurance because Jesus.
It's if this ever becomes like widestream, live underground because like flying cars is a really bad idea because people already can't drive. Some people with their pilot's license can't fly. Mix the two together, really bad idea.
No, the real question is, would you get a pilot license or would you get a driver's license?
I would
Or
think
you
it'd
have to
have to
get
be
both?
both because you have to learn how to drive because it's still a car, but it's also a flying vehicle. And also they'll have to follow the rules of airspace. They can't hit airspace where passenger jets are flying. They have to avoid where military aircraft are flying. They can't fly over financial centers. They can't fly over residential areas. They can't fly over national parks. There's a lot of places where they can't fly over. But at that point, why not take a car, a bike, walk, a train, a plane? You know, stuff that we already have now. If you really want to fly a helicopter, they have helicopter taxis in New York.
Bro, it's insane that we're getting there now.
The world's
But
moving
from
really
how
fast.
how our generation is, it's kind of bad. We people can't drive. Imagine some other trucker from Florida. No offense to you, Florida people, if you're born there, but your Florida has a bad reputation for drivers. And if you get your hands on one of these things, stay in Florida. I was gonna curse, but stay in Florida. Don't bring that BS here. Leave it. You are already have a bad reputation for being a bad driver.
Mm.
Get that there. And we are the Georgia. We're from Georgia. We're or based from Georgia. From us, Florida, Georgia people, we do not want that here. Please.
I mean, Florida people already drive really chaotically in Georgia roads, man. We don't need them flying over Georgia roads either.
Like that one video that went viral of the woman um driving over the tow truck
Oh, geez,
in
I do
Florida.
remember that. Yeah.
And guess where she was from? Florida.
The Floridians are an interesting
Don't get me
section of
wrong.
Americans.
Florida's a beautiful place. It sucks that the whole, the law. I'm not gonna get into that. That's political. I don't want to. But it sucks that the whole law about what the immigrants went through. But Florida's a good place, a beautiful place. It has Disney and all that.
We just lost some
But
viewers from that comment, but that's fine with me.
what?
They
Oh,
yeah, it's whatever. But
wait, but you don't disagree with me?
no, of course not. I mean, you already know how
Okay,
I lean.
just I'm voicing my opinion. It's a free country. I can say what I say. I'm not gonna do it to hurt people. I'm just saying. It's so if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. But it's just there's no reason for this law to go through. But I'm not gonna get into it. It's not my lane. But anyways, just know you get a flying car. They well, I was gonna say stay in your lane, but they're gonna be fine. So we'll still stay in your lane, but
Yeah,
don't bring that S stuff up here.
we'll see
Please
how it
don't.
turns. I hope that flying cars get outlawed. I just don't trust people. I already don't trust people driving. Why would I trust somebody with a flying car? Just it shouldn't be a thing. So.
It could be worse. It could be worse. You
Before
can
I
pre-order.
forget, because we were talking about Mark Zuckerberg, apparently he's training with two UFC champions. My camera probably won't be able to show this. You can kind of
Yeah.
see it.
His name is Asanya, I think.
Uh huh.
But he's a beast. I don't know who the other guy is, but yeah. Hey, to settle the sue, I mean, I hope they'll make the actual thing a fight official because it would be funny for the internet.
Yeah.
But Elon versus Mark Zuckerberg in I guess I don't know if they're gonna fight in combat,
I think it's a boxing.
boxing or UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got either way. I got Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg was a black belt in karate, right? Karate or what is
I
it?
think.
Miss Martial Arts.
Yeah, and he's also very ripped, which is surprising to a lot of people. Elon isn't as much as we've seen him before.
And who knows if he's training, if he's actually doing.
Well, they should
But
actually fight now because he's trying to sue him before this lawsuit goes through. They should actually, duke it out. There's
just
more
do good
motivation to
after.
fight now.
Yeah, but okay. Let's talk about that. We might get some people to hate us, but so yeah, who you got?
I
Elon or Mark Zuckerberg?
I got Mark because, like you said, already has a reputation in fighting.
He's
Is
already won tournaments. He's won tournaments as a fighter too. So
exactly, and he's already training. We don't know if Elon's doing anything besides tweeting on Twitter and looking
doing,
at his rockets. So
or is he threatening?
he's threatening. That would
Nah.
be funny if he was, but we don't know yet.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The smartest people in I guess in the internet space.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now because he's now on Twitter. But yeah, the two of the smartest people. But I think someone's ego. Not gonna say who, but is playing a big role in this whole sewing and fighting thing.
Exactly.
But if it does, you know what? Now I bring up another thing. Do you know? Did you? Well, we'll make this podcast a little long because
Yeah.
I gotta fill in some space from a couple episodes. So if you don't know, there's gonna be a free Spider-Man movie coming out on YouTube August 10th or 12th called
Movie.
the Spider-Man Lotus.
They're still releasing that?
It's actually has a release date now.
No, because like some background for people who might not know. Spider-Man Lotus was supposed to come out last year. It got canceled, and I thought they were never going to release it because they figured out that the actor of Spider-Man in that fan film was a racist. And like not just a little racist, like very racist. So they completely canned the whole thing. And I thought that was gone, but now you're telling me that they're about to re-release it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know this. Spider-Man
August 10th, 2023 is the release date. It will be free on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, if any, no, doesn't know. Wait, let's see. The summary of it is the following the tragedy of his former partner, seemingly caused by his own attempt to save her. Peter Berger lingers in his guilt of the past, questioning whether the curse of his alter ego should be buried for good when he's met by the news that terminally ill children have requested to meet Spider-Man completely. Contemplates the decision to come from him in days. I don't know, but yeah, it has a release date. It's coming out August 10th, and if you don't know the background, it's a bunch of, I guess, a bunch of people funded it.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like
fan film.
it's a fan film. It's 100K budget, and from what it looked like at first, I was like, damn, this looks really good. Like it looks good.
Yeah.
For like a 100K budget, I'm like, damn, this looks good. But then like whole the stuff that happened around last year,
Mm.
controversial. Um, will you be watching it?
I was super excited for it. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably end up watching it
I probably will because I'm a Spider-Man fan.
because it looks really
Yeah.
good. That's the problem. I'll probably watch it, but then I'll also probably leave a dislike on the video. You won, but at what cost?
What card?
But also, like, okay, YouTube. People use ad blockers, right? And I'm one of those people. So there's not gonna be any ad revenue on that video for me.
Give me a free movie.
Yeah, it'll be like a free movie.
Yeah, so it's August 10th. That's the 10th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be free on YouTube. Um, I will be watching it.
You're a bigger
Just
Spider-Man fan
listening.
than I am, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it
it's
turns
it's
out.
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. But this is the whole controversy. I'm gonna watch it because I'm a Spider-Man fan.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah. If you didn't know, it's getting a release date. If you
Yep.
didn't know that, it got announced yesterday with the
That's
poster.
interesting. I had no idea, but I guess here we are. It's only a few weeks away, so this should be interesting to see how it turns out.
A
Before I
month from now,
forget,
isn't
because
it?
well, go ahead.
Isn't it a month from now?
Yeah, but a month. It's exactly a month from now, so 4 weeks. So it should be fun. It
Yeah.
depends. If you watch it, you watch it. If you don't watch it, that's also a choice that you can make. You can't stop people from watching it because this is how it is. But I forgot to bring this up in the news section. Did you watch? They had the CONCACAF quarterfinals match. Not Atlanta. Whoa, the United States versus Canada.
Whoa!
Atlanta,
Oh, we're doing sports sections now. Let's go. I'm
yeah,
down.
yeah, we had U.S. versus
I
Canada.
got a guy for that. I got an expertise for sports podcast. If you're willing to give him a try.
If we did, yeah, I don't mind.
But okay,
But we had USA versus Canada. They played in Ohio. It was what was it? It was 2-2, and then they went to penalties, and the U.S. won penalties 3-2.
yes.
It was probably one of the hardest matches that the U.S. men's team. It wasn't the full men's team; they had a lot of players missing, and neither was the Canadian team either. but it was one of the hardest matches
It
to play.
should. Okay, from how I saw it, Canada have not been playing good with how they're without their best. So for them to put up a fight against US, but you got to think about US don't have their best players. I think how do you pronounce it? Poliskis. How do you say it? How do you properly say his name?
For who?
Christian Poliskis.
Pulisic.
Pulisic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
So
Our star captain.
well, he was there, but then he left because
Yeah.
he had just made the move to Milan, so I think he left. And then Michael, what's his name? I forget his name. He's a really good player.
Mhm.
They're missing a lot of good players, but it's all right. Let's see. That was one of the most intense things I watched. I was obviously watching. I watched soccer for this.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had Jamaica versus Guatemala. Guatemala started playing good.
Yep.
This tournament. So shout out to the Guatemalans out there. Y'all did a lot better than most people anticipated. Y'all are off to a great start.
Yeah.
But Jamaica won 1-0. They played also in Ohio that day. So let's see. Mexico played Costa Rica.
I think so. Yeah.
They played Costa Rica. I think they won 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
The game was really slow. But I mean, there's nothing. I was falling asleep watching the game. Yeah, I couldn't. And from how I saw it, I liked how Costa Rica were playing, the way they were moving the ball around.
Mm-hmm.
They looked a lot more, but Mexico ended up with the goals. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is up. What I know Qatar got smoked, but who smoked them?
I don't remember who they lost to. It was pretty bad. What I do remember.
They smoked them 4-0. Surprised Qatar even made it out. So yeah, no offense to people from Qatar if you're watching.
This is their last year in the Gold Cup, so thanks for taking part of it the past two Gold Cups.
Yeah, sucks that y'all went out 4-0, but hey, y'all dropped on your forehead. But no, surprisingly how good they did without having I guess a league.
Yeah.
But they
That
did a
is what
lot
it
better.
is.
But I don't know who smoked out, but yeah. Can you check it up so I can talk about
Yeah, go for it.
what the next match? Let's see. You're looking it up, or you want me to look it up?
No, I got it right now.
So then that means Jamaica will play Mexico.
Yep.
First chance at the final, and then USA will play whoever's smoked Qatar.
Your player's playing Panama.
Panama. You can't really say much about the Panama versus Qatar game. That was. Yeah, just know they gave it the good old college try.
Yeah. I think we're looking towards a USA versus Mexico finals again.
But there's a but.
But
if USA play how they did against Canada, Panama could take it.
Yeah.
And Jamaica has always played Mexico tough. Jamaica is a good team.
Mm.
They might not show it most of around, but when they play, they'll play. They're really good at. They have good stamina, good speed.
Mm-hmm.
And for my friend who's a Mexico fan, he said that Jamaica always gives them a hard time. So
imagine a Jamaica versus Panama final. That would be actually crazy.
Yeah, it would be the first team that isn't USA or Mexico, and besides the one that Canada won like years ago, to win that tournament.
That'd be crazy.
It's only been dominated by US and
Mexico.
Mexico has 8, US has 7, Canada has the 1.
Yep. The US is looking tied up with Mexico, but they already have to go through Panama. Like you said, we'll see how this roster sizes up. Their current captain's pretty good, and so if most of the players are pretty good as well. Their defending is a little bit iffy at times, but they also tend to have majority possession when they play. So I'm not sure what to think of the US team at the moment. It's their B team for the most part, but we'll see.
Yes. Captain America isn't there.
Yeah.
He had to go and get his stuff figured out at his new club.
Yep.
But so we're technically, if in reality, we're expecting a Mexico versus USA final again.
Yeah.
It's a magical wand appeared out of nowhere. We can end up seeing Jamaica versus. I mean, we'll still end up, depending on how it goes, we'll end up seeing Mexico versus the U.S. in the final. And if they both end up losing, they'll end up playing third place. So we're going to get USA versus Mexico some way or something.
Probably, yeah.
It's not guaranteed. So, but yeah, that's coming up. Messi has just arrived to my South Florida. He
Miami.
is yeah, South Florida to make his official move to my Inter Miami
Yep.
official. Yeah, and Messi will play his first game in the CONCACAF League Cup
Okay.
with the team. They'll play Cruz Azul, and Atlanta United is in that bracket.
That's gonna be
So,
an insane game to watch.
but yeah, Messi just landed today, maybe a couple hours ago.
But
So
the
yeah,
Cruz
Messi.
Azul game between Miami is gonna be one of the most highest watched North American games ever. And then that game against Atlanta United is gonna be, there's so much blood and rivalry in that due to Tata Martino being in there, Joseph Martinez being there. You have Messi, which adds in even more fire. It's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
okay, but like, let's be honest. Can Messi turn a team around from that's in the bottom of the league that have only won 3 games?
um. I think he gives more motivation to the team. I don't think
But
they make
does
a full 360 because this season is already like a decent way in. But I do think you start to see Miami improve. Not because he's there, but because of the presence of him. Now they're going to try even harder. And there's going to be even more pressure because the stadiums are going to be packed. Viewership's going to be sky high. There's so much pressure because he's there now.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So my fault if this was like out of the limbo. We just start talking about sports,
Yeah.
but it's currently what's going on in the current moment. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because after this, literally 20, like in a couple, like 2 weeks from now,
Mm-hmm.
the Women's World Cup will start.
That's for Go Team USA again. We're hoping for another trophy. I think this is Megan
It's
Rapinoe's
coming.
final.
It's coming home.
It's coming home.
It's
But
going home.
I think this is Megan Rapinoe's Team USA's captain's final World Cup event. So I hope she's able to bring one more home for Team USA.
USA didn't USA win the last one?
They did, yeah. We've been dominating the Women's World Cup. We just can't play in Men's World Cup still. We're getting better, but like
Do
we
you
gotta
forget
get to
this?
a level where the
Do
women's
you
team's good.
forget there's players such thing as Mbappe?
I know, but like
Well,
it's because we haven't like put a lot of development into our system up until the past 6 years, and now the results are showing, as you see.
it's because Team USA wanted to use their old ass geezers instead of trying to develop their young players, which they started doing
Yeah,
literally 2 years ago when they were all in their 16, 17. Literally, the youngest player. Well, the youngest, like the average is like 25 on that team,
yeah, it's much younger now, which is awesome. But
which took
also
them long
like
enough.
we're finally in the mentality in America where soccer is finally taken seriously. And also, soccer isn't just seen as a women's sport anymore. The rest of the world figured this out years ago. America held on to this for God knows how long. Many high schools only have women-only soccer leagues. Same with many colleges, but now it's spread like how it is in the rest of the world. It's awesome that our women's team is like amazing because we put development time in that, and now finally the same thing's happening with the men's team.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds about right. It took them long enough.
Yeah,
Don't worry. Well, uh, anything else to talk about? Let's see.
I'm out of sports stuff. If you have anything else, go for it.
Oh, what about the famous French basketball player that just came that's in the NBA now?
I did see that.
His
Didn't
name is Wembley. I forget his name.
I know who you're
Most
talking about?
anticipated player in NBA history as of recent.
Was that the situation where a celebrity tried to go up to him and she got like
Britney
Britney
Spears.
Spears? There it is. Okay, that was a
Yes.
that was an interesting scenario. Just be
Dude, I watched that
careful.
like the original video. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
That reminded me of the. Okay, we're gonna. This is gonna be the last thing we talk about because it's
Yeah.
getting a little long. But what are your thoughts on the whole Kiki Palmer's boyfriend situation? If you've heard
Oh
anything about
my
it?
god. Is it because he didn't like how his girlfriend he Palmer dressed?
Hmm.
in public or something like that. Something like that.
She was with Usher, and he didn't like
Oh,
how close Usher was, and didn't like what she was wearing there. So he called her out
oh,
in public on Twitter.
oh, because it's Usher, baby. That's what
He
this is
got
thing, right?
roasted so bad that he deleted all of his social media accounts, and they unfollow each other. They unfollowed each other, and apparently they're not dating anymore.
I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of children's stuff.
Hmm. This
Um,
is like what you expect to hear in high school or even middle school.
um, I mean, as long as there's no physical contact between the two, then it shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah. Also, he could have handled it better by not saying any of this online.
And talk to them in a personal, respectful, as a responsible adult to each other,
Yeah. They're
and
all old
then
enough. They've been here for long enough.
absolutely, yeah. Uh, as long as I mean, I can't really say anything.
Hmm.
I don't want to be cooked, but I just think as long as nothing physical and anything led after to that,
Yeah.
um, that was disrespectful to both parties.
Yeah.
I don't think I see a problem with it. Um, I mean, it's kind of fugazi that he kind of went rogue and started like bashing her on
Yeah.
Twitter instead of like talking to her in private. Just to make the situation less
That's everything.
yeah.
Like,
Um,
people, regardless of what age you are, if you're like in a relationship, if you have any issues, don't settle your issues in public. This is private. Talk to each other. Be respectful of each other. You're your own persons. Do this respectfully in private, not on Twitter where everybody can see it.
because not only are you making them look bad, you're making yourself look bad.
Yeah, they came across as an
So
idiot.
it makes both of y'all look bad in the long run. So just be respectful adults and
Yep,
just hash it out as adults. And yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's about it, really.
don't go out on Twitter, Thread, Snapchat roasting your partner. Please do not.
That ruins it
It
completely.
doesn't. It doesn't do anything. It makes you look bad. It makes them look bad.
Yep.
Doesn't work out in the bend for both of y'all. So be respectful.
I think that will wrap it up for this episode 4 of the GC podcast Conquest. We will see you guys next week again with all the news. Hopefully, there's a little bit more news, but we were able to extend this one out a little bit more than I thought we would.
Yeah, because yeah, why not? I mean, good thing I brought up. I mean, this podcast is the stuff just to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to talk, just to talk. Nothing crazy. We're not coming in here to be like, so let's follow the script. Let's do that. Well, we did somewhat follow the script, but we just added on.
Yeah, exactly. But
So
it
just
works. It flows pretty
don't
nice.
don't expect this podcast to be very organized like most other ones.
Mhm.
I just think about it, it's just two friends talking to each other about news. This is what we talk about on the regular. We might as well just say, just record it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? Not waste content or just
Exactly.
since we are trying to get back into
Hey,
the swing of things. Oh, you see it? Like, remember I told you I burned myself?
yeah. Oh, dang. Okay. It's a lot larger than I thought it was, but there it is.
I didn't expect it to be that bad as soon, but it's all right. But yeah, just
You know, the
think about it.
usual
Oh, yeah, go for
Twitter,
it. Go for it. Go for it. Twitter
YouTube,
soon to be thread. Where
probably
Thread
both
will.
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I think that's it. Yeah. You have a YouTube, a
Uh,
Twitter, a Twitch, a Threads, an Instagram, a Facebook. Same with
Jesus,
me.
bro. Everything's starting to grow more after coming out. The more things you gotta start promoting. But yeah, just
Links will
follow
be
us on.
below if you want to find us.
If you,
All of our
okay,
Twitter
just to make it
handles.
easy, just follow the main GC and look for us. We should we pop up or just go to following. Just look up Stella for my profile page. I don't know. Just go to GC and go from there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like my other podcast with that I do for the Roblox thing. Look at the socials in the links below, and we have all the stuff there if you want to find us or about the org or about us ourselves. Thank you guys for watching this episode. We will see you guys next time on Conquest.